Hey guys, this is part 5 of a tutorial where we are taking this regular Nuxt 3 app and turning it into this. So if you haven't watched the beginning parts 1 through 4, I recommend you do that because we built up on that. Okay, so in the last tutorial, we created a default layout, and we're kind of looking at did anything change when we did that, because we also looked at our nuxt.config ts, right? And we added all these things here. So I forgot to check the head portion of our little app. So let's see if anything has changed. Well, that's not it. That still says welcome to Nuxt 3 there. But let's see if we do we look at the dev tools. And the dev tools in Chrome, you can get them, for example, by clicking F12 or by typing F12 or right clicking and clicking inspect. That'll get you your dev tools. So let's see, has anything changed here? You see this head there? So you see that? So this is the stuff that we added in Nuxt config. You see that? Content, author. This is the stuff we added in Nuxt config. Now we need to add the layout, and the layout is like a wrapper around your app, and it's going to hold the styles and the JavaScript that we need. So we got quite a bit of typing to do here. So the first thing we're going to do here, right, is just create a div. And I have that, what do you call that? I have emet, right? So if I type div, I hit the tab key, it does that for me. Beautiful. Make sure you get that extension. So type div and you type slot, right? So that's the self-closing tag. Slot just tells us that whatever the layout we have will go there. I think that's what it does. Anyway, okay. We're going to add some JavaScript to this, right? So in Nuxt 3, we do this script, add the setup, and that. So that begins our journey to creating a layout. Okay, so we're going to use what's known as a composable. And a composable is like a piece of code that you can use throughout your whole app. Kind of like a function that you could, use everywhere. But this is a Nuxt composable. And this composable is called use head, right? So it's a function. We're going to do that. Then it also takes in an object. So boom. So use head. And I'm going to look at what the code that I wrote before, because sometimes I forget. Okay. Use head. We're going to style the title. So to begin, here's what we're going to add to use head, right? We're going to add the title. This will be the title of your whole app. I don't think it's an array. Is it an array? No, it's not. We're going to call this, what? We'll just call it Jeremy's resume CV Nuxt app. Now, if JavaScript is you have single quotes there, you will probably have to escape this character by doing that. Where is that key? I can't even find the backslash there. You have to do that if you have single quotes, probably. Alright, now, so that adds our title, right? And if you don't believe me, let's look at our Nuxt app. Refresh. Is this gonna work? Didn't work yet. Why? Well, continue working. It will work. It better work. Okay, so use head, and then I'm going to add link here. That's going to be an array. which we're gonna add. We're gonna add later. This is where all our CSS will go. Then, oh come on. Thanks for the help, but it's too much. Script. It's also an array. Okay. But before we add anything here, we actually need to transfer any CSS files that are in the HTML that we're trying to turn into a Nuxt app, right? So what you're going to do is we're going to go to the HTML file, which is this here. And we're going to go and find all the script tags, right? The JavaScript and all the CSS. But before we do that, we're going to go to the folder. Not this folder. The folder that we downloaded. Is this it? No, this is not it. Where did it was in my downloads. We're going to look at the folder. See this? Assets, CSS, JS, right? So, but what we're going to do is we're going to combine all these and put them in a folder called assets in our Nuxt app. So we're going to create a folder in this top level directory. So just click there or just click down here and then click the folder. We're going to call this assets. And this is an actual folder that Nuxt will recognize. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to go to my Windows Explorer. I think it'll be easier to move things around there. So if I go to the Nuxt app, which is it's in code, so just go to where you put your Nuxt app, and I put it in I'm forgetting now. Resume app. There we go. I hope this is big enough for you to see. See there is assets. And the way I built this, if I look at the original folder, sometimes I forget. Resume app. Should have this open actually. Next tips. I'm gonna just open this in a new window. Sorry for the time wasting. Alright, so CSS, image, JS. Okay, so I just copy them just the way they are. Okay, that's great then. So we go back to our assets folder in our Nuxt app. Resume app, assets, and we're gonna look at the, man, I'm super slow today. Slow. So we go to downloads, we go to where stuff is. Okay, so what do we have? Assets. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to copy this CSS and JavaScript, copy that, and I'm going to put it in the assets folder in the Nuxt app, just like that, and VS Code will recognize it right away. But I'm also going to combine the images folder there as well, right? So this is just the way that the the HTML pages are designed, but we're going to do things differently. We don't need to copy this exactly. We just need to know where these files are, because these files are necessary for our one-page app to operate. Okay, so I'm just going to put this here. Alright, so this is about the assets folder. Now when you go to Nuxt 3's documentation, Nuxt 3, yeah. So their documentation is pretty good. It's incomplete right now because it's just, as this is what, August 23rd, and it's kind of incomplete, but they have these folders that tell you what the assets folder is and what it does. Okay, so this is where you can store your CSS and SAS or images that won't be served from the public directory. So you can also have a public directory, but I'm just going to use assets for now. I don't think it's a big deal if we don't use, like, public is for like robots.txt or favicon, but we're not going to use that. We just use assets. Okay, so I think this video is kind of long right now, so hey, I didn't think we'd talk about the assets directory, but we are talking about the assets directory. So this is a deep dive into Nuxt 3. And hey, I hope, make sure you look at the link below and you download the little secrets, this little amazing secrets that I have for you to build amazing Nuxt 3 apps. In fact, if I can go to my own videos on YouTube, I'll show you what I'm talking about before this video is actually done. Let's see if we go to my own videos, go to my own channel. Yeah, right there. So the little hidden secret to amazing Nuxt apps. Look, I'm telling you, download this. It's going to help you build beautiful, amazing Nuxt apps that you will like, that you will love to debug, you know, that it won't go like, you know, your app will be nice and you will love using what I'm telling you here. This is the little hidden secret that most developers don't know. Even companies don't really use this, but this will really help your app. All right, guys, I will see you soon. We're going to continue to work on our app, and we will probably start building out the layouts and perhaps have the whole HTML be seen in our Nuxt app. So this is a step-by-step tutorial that will help you not just build your Nuxt app, but really understand how it works. I'll see you soon. Stick around.